It is dark outside. It's almost 9 o'clock, but that's okay. Today has been a busy-ish day. Slept in a little bit, and then just was doing some work this morning, and I had to go to the lab at 4:02, which then I turned out to not needing to go to the lab for 2 because we were actually signed up to use this machine tomorrow, not today. And went home, ate some dinner, did all that fun stuff, and then I went to a gym to set up for a powerlifting competition that RIT is hosting tomorrow. Got back from that, ate again, and now we're off to the gym. So it's always eventful, and it's 9 o'clock. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in the gym. There probably won't be anybody there, and yeah, I'm just gonna kind of run through this stuff quick and get it done, get home, eat, and go to sleep, because we have deadlifts tomorrow. So and like we're a little sore anyway, so I'm just gonna get this workout done, so I can, get to sleep. But I do want to get it done, and just continue to do it because we are trying to put on size. So even if it's like I just run through things super quick and it's just takes me an hour, it's an hour that realistically it's not what else am I gonna do, but at the same time I kind of have the hour anyway, so might as well go get the work done, and we'll get a little bit of size from it. So there's nothing wrong with it, and I don't know exactly how much we're going to film and do all of that stuff. Like I said, it will probably just be me, and then we'll get home, eat, and get ready for tomorrow's primary deadlifts. So we're just gonna, I don't want to say fly through this, but we are gonna move a little bit quicker, and keep things a little bit lighter, just because we are starting to feel a little bit of fatigue. So it'll just be like some fatigue management, blood flow type movements, and just kind of get some volume in. But I just left, so we will complete this drive, and then we'll be in the gym and definitely getting some work in. So.
It is the next morning now. So Saturday, big pulls, all that fun stuff. It is week 2. So we, obviously last week we hit that 310 triple. That was after spotting, loading, reloading. They're reorganizing the whole gym, all that stuff. High fatigue day. So today is week 2. A little bit of a normaler schedule. I was up a little bit later, so I woke up a little bit later. No big deal. But because it is week 2, we are under less fatigue, all this stuff. We get to turn up just a little bit more. Obviously, we are still trying to be a little bit more conservative because we have 2 more weeks left in the block. That being said, we do get to load up a little bit more than last week. It's usually how this progression works. So we are very, very excited. We're feeling pretty good actually, and we're gonna get it done. Hoping for like 705, 320 kilos, but we just have to kind of see how the day goes and all that stuff. But I am feeling pretty confident in that 320, 705 triple. For week 2. So if we can do that, that will be phenomenal. It'll put us in a great spot. But if it's not there, it's not there. I'm not going to force it to be there if it isn't. And yeah, so I'm gonna pack up all my stuff, get to the gym, and let's run this thing.
Okay. That one's supposed to be the high beat. That's all it is. Table wall. Yeah. Did you get it?
on that top set. First rep wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And then the last two were awful. The last two in particular is where we had that major boof and screwed ourselves over. Even that first set, or that first rep, did not move as cleanly as I wanted it to, or I guess as quickly as I wanted it to. It moved very clean. It felt really good. But the second rep and the third rep, we were way too much on our heels, to the point where we almost missed, which is not good. So we just, it is what it is, pretty much. Nothing we can do about it now. We do have 2 more weeks to kind of make the corrections that we need to, and be in a really good spot for week 4. I made some corrections on my back offs, and those started to feel much better. So I think it's just going to be a little bit of time. I'll probably pull back on those pause deadlifts even more, and just really hammer home that starting position and that midfoot and foot pressure kind of setup, whatever you want to call it. And it really stems from the pull initiation. So it's probably going to be hard to tell from the camera angle, but if you look, like my phone angle and all that stuff, and like you can still kind of tell on with the camera angle, and when you look back at like a lot of my really good pulls, like that 330 that I did just a couple weeks ago, even like the 310 that I did last week, I would pull in a very, hip bias, low torso angle position, and then I would move into the bar, back up a step. So I would be in a hip bias, low torso angle, shoulders basically over the bar, very on my heels at that point. And then when I go to when I start to initiate my wedge and my pull, and everything like that, right after I brace, I move forwards into my starting position, into my midfoot, and that's where I wedge and slack pull and everything like that, and my shoulders just go up, they don't go back, so essentially it would look like this, this kind of motion, except we're probably ending maybe like right there. Today, what I did is my shoulders started over the bar, so I was more here, and then I would pull like that. So I was actually moving backwards, and I had no tension, no upwards force against the bar, which resulted in my hips shooting up. And on that second rep in particular, my hips shot backwards, which forced me more onto my heels. And it just made everything worse. So we need to get away from that. We have 2 more weeks to kind of lock this in. I did some rep work, just focusing and feeling out that foot pressure, ingraining it, and just being able to pull subconsciously in that position. But we need to lock it in. So things are gonna happen. I'm happy that it happened on a week 2. Would have been better to happen on like a deload week 1 rather than like a week 2 where we would start to ideally build momentum. But things happen, and we've already learned from it and made certain adjustments and mental mental notes to pull better. So I think this is I don't think we'll be able to get back to where we were. Let's put it like that, because we were pulling in a great position just a couple weeks ago, and then I'm not sure what happened. Something happened, and we haven't been like off, but things just haven't been perfect. And I think today was like the tipping point. Today is where it kind of got heavy enough in load to where we got boofed, and we almost missed. So we've been kind of playing this fine line between being out of position and still being able to make things move. I think last weekend was much better, but I would have to go back and look, and I'm sure I can pick out one or two things that are still off. But that being said, things are going to happen. We learn from it, and now we have some like mental notes that we're going to keep in check, and we're going to work on ingraining this movement pattern and be in a really good spot for week 4. So it could also be a fatigue thing. So, which brings up we were supposed to bench today. I could bench, but like not worth it, pretty much. So I was supposed to do a 4x3 first set at 7. I'm warming up, and like a red was feeling a little tough. I get to 2 and I'm like, this isn't good. Like my chest hurts. Not like an injury way, but just like a lot of fatigue, and it hurts when I go to bench because it's so tight. So I'm like, let's see how this goes, And I was like, ideally I don't want to skip a bench session, but if I'm this sore to the point where 2 reds is kind of an issue, and like it moved fine, it just felt awful. Kind of felt like my pec was getting ripped off the bone, exaggeration, but still did not feel great. Like it just felt super tight and super sore, and honestly kind of a compromised position. So I tried to loosen up my chest, do all that fun stuff, and then tried 150. I could press it. It didn't move terrible. Like, it probably would have been completely fine to take 150, but the soreness that I was feeling was not giving me the confidence to take even 150 for, my 4x3. And there was just so much fatigue, so much soreness that I don't want to risk it, because a pec injury would set us back a lot, and it's not really something that I want to deal with. It's week 2. I am just going to take my wins, take what kind of needs to be done in order to preserve our body. So not that big of a deal. Ideally, I would have done the 4x3, but given the circumstances, it's not worth the risk. And like it's simply just because from Thursday, and it's from Thursday. Let me add that in. It's from the AMRAP on Thursday, and it's simply because 23 reps on bench of anything is a lot. I'm not conditioned for it at all, and it was 225, and like it was a full AMRAP. So like that is to be expected. And then we came in and tried to bench again later that day. Did not go great, but we did what we could there. So there's just a lot of fatigue on my chest, and sometimes things are going to get in the way. And today was one of those cases. So, does it suck? Yes. But on the bright side, we did not get injured. So, you know, try to find the wins, I guess. So it is what it is, and yeah. So we're going to get home, rest up, eat, do all that fun stuff, and then we will be back on Monday for some week 3 squats, and we're just gonna try to gain some momentum on everything. Deadlift, I think, today was just like a weird case, because we pulled those back offs effortlessly. I mean, it was 600, but still, it was just like ping, 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 no issues at all. You know, obviously, third set, we did start to slow down, because it's third set, why do I keep saying 4? Third set of 600, and that is honestly to be expected. It's I don't want to say it's a lot of volume, but like it's a decent amount of volume with a decent amount of load. So expecting things to start to slow down is, you know, normal. But it was feeling super, super poppy, super snappy, just how we basically want it to feel. And it definitely gives me some confidence for, you know, next week and all these coming pulls, to basically say, hey, today was a fluke, you fixed the issue, you know, you're back on track, which is what we want. So yeah, I think things are going good. We just need to keep some mental notes in our head and just make everything look pretty. So with that being said, I am going to end this Saturday, I guess, I don't even know what, I might record later, I might not, kind of depends on what I do tonight, and yeah, but you know, this might be a longer video or a more spread out video, like 3 days instead of 2. I don't really know yet. I'll probably start putting the clips together, and we'll see what we have in terms of like footage and everything like that, and then make the decision. But you know, but I am liking this different style of video. I think it is a little bit more convenient for me, and it's just working out well. So we are going to keep it going, and we're gonna wrap this up here.
Hello. It is now Monday, actually. I didn't record anything yesterday. Just had a lot of assignments and projects and stuff to do. So I just kind of sat at my desk and just kind of grinded things out. So we're back. It's Monday. I am just about to, heat up my lunch, eat that. I've already had 2 classes today, so I have 1 more, then we'll head to the gym and squat. Currently, my coach is making updates to my program, so I think that day 1 will be a little bit, or will be the same. It's looking like day 2 is what's going to change a little bit. Or not day 2. It's looking like, I think, day 4. So that's what the belt squats and everything like that. So I don't know exactly what he is changing, but by the sounds of it, I will be squatting at least with a bar on my back. Day 4. Don't know if we're keeping those belt squats or kind of what the whole deal with those is going to be. But this
should be done in the next maybe hour and a half. I will be in class at that point, so we will just take a look when we get to the gym, and everything's gonna be good. So I'm gonna eat my lunch, talk with my coach a little bit more. If he has any other questions or just wants to, run things by me, whatever, we'll go to class, and then we will be in the gym squatting. I don't know what I have today. I'm assuming it's gonna be prescribed weight, but we will have to wait and see for my program to be updated and everything like that.
No.